Hello students, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. This is English for grade 8. Our lesson topic is lesson 20, chapter 7. The topic is charity. So before I begin today's lesson topic, I would like to revise you what we learned in the previous time. Students, in the previous time, we were talking about simple persons. So I understood what simple persons mean, how do we form simple persons, in what way do we form simple persons. To talk about simple persons, I'm sure that you did some of the activities that I gave last time using these tenses. So simple persons is a very important tense if you want to talk about what you did in the past and what happened in the past. So when it comes in the case of simple persons, don't forget that verbs are very important. The verbs which are similar in the case of simple present tense, simple persons also do something, but in different ways. That means some verbs are taking that is D, others are ED, and some others are without D and D. So such kind of verbs, what we call them, D, that is an ED, regular verbs, whereas the irregular ones do not take any kind of what, D or ED. Rather, we form them in other forms. So, simple present is a very important tense. So you have to use it in your day-to-day life if you want to talk about what's going on in the past. So, I don't know, what did you do last time? Would you like to give some time and share your experience or what happened in the past at home or at school or anywhere else? Just think about it and try to form your own sentences. What happened in the past using these things, simple persons. Interesting, very nice. So I'm happy to come to today's lesson topic. That is a part of Unit 7, Past Continuous Tense. Unit 7. Unit 7, you remember that is charity. The topic is charity. This is a part of grammar. This is grammar part. Past continuous tense. Continuous tense. Good. What the difference between the simple past and the past continuous tense? I would like to talk about some understanding, the way how you understood the meaning and the similarity and the difference of the two tenses. Of course, they are both similar. They are talking about the past, whereas the only difference that exists between the two tenses is that, right, in the case of past continuous tense, you have to bear in mind that about this word, was and were, plus that is verb, in the form of that is ing, you have to be kept in your mind, come on. So it becomes past continuous tense. But still now, it's talking about the past tense, right? That's it. The other thing you have to bear in mind about while you are talking about was and were plus V in the form of ing, I'm welcome to give you a lot of examples regarding this. Come on, take for instance, right, these verbs, right? Play. These are the root words, for instance, right? Yeah. Watch. Okay, and the read. And then if you are welcome, just listen. These are the main verbs. Yeah. So what are you going to do? In order to write these verbs into past continuous tense, it's common. Was and were are common in both cases. That's why, because the subject determines the kind of statement or sentence that we are forming. Therefore, was and were, that is playing, right? P-L-Y. That's why we're adding ing means you have to add here now that is playing. Then it becomes was playing and were playing. You are ready to form what? Past continuous tense. Yeah. You are ready to form past continuous tense. The form is like this. The same is true, okay? Come on. In the case of was is common, and that is where, that is common, that is plus, and ing, that's writing. Writing. Was writing, were writing. Same is true here now, again, was, were, and that is watching. How about these two verbs? Think about it. That's it. You're right. That is was reading, was listening, and was just were listening. So when it comes to the actual form of the tense, it is easy to make past continuous tense. What makes here now is that we have to add what? The subject, right? For instance, it's maybe she was playing what? A game, a kind of game that she's playing. She was playing a game. It's also possible. Doesn't matter, right? Yeah. He was writing a letter. Yeah. He's writing the note. He's doing his homework. He was doing his homework. Past continuous tense. Yeah. They were writing their homework. They were discussing about the issue. These are all past continuous tense. Therefore, past continuous tense is a very important tense that you have to use like simple past tense. What you are doing things continuously. When someone is doing another action, the other one is doing different action. But still now this kind of action can be performed in the case of present continuous tense. At the same time, it's okay, virtually that is past continuous tense. Let's go and form the main function of past continuous tense. There are three functions of past continuous tense. Good. The first one is ongoing actions. Ongoing action. Oh, what kind of action is it? If you want to talk about the ongoing action, it's all right? The ongoing actions usually formed by such kind of form, right? Past continuous tense. Come on. Plus that is wide, right? If you like that is plus and past continuous tense, plus. Past continuous tense. I would like to change this form, right? Language form into sentences. So it's possible to say that like this, all right? My mother was cooking dinner while I was doing my homework. Look these two actions. This is what we call it ongoing actions. Ongoing action of sentence can be performed in different ways. I would like to show you. This is one type. When it comes to the sentence, my mother was cooking dinner while I was doing my homework. These two actions are performed by two different people, right? Two different people. Look at them. Who are they? Your mother is doing a kind of activity that she's cooking, whereas you are doing your homework. Where? There are two different what? Subjects, different actions. Again, I'm happy to go and see here now. My mother was cooking dinner while I was doing my homework. This while are not necessary to come in this medial position. Yeah, it's possible to write also what? While I was doing my homework, my mother was cooking. Possible? You are welcome to write like this. While, you see, I was doing my homework. While I was doing my homework, and what comes next? Come on, don't forget. That's why, because while comes at the initial position. It doesn't matter. While my mother was cooking dinner, I was doing my homework. Both are acceptable. Please don't forget this one. Yeah. Right? While I was doing my homework, you see, my mom was, you see, was what? Cooking dinner. Cooking dinner. Possible. In another way, while my mother was cooking dinner, I was doing my homework, also possible. There are a lot of means to write this kind of sentence in different forms. These are what? Ongoing actions. Good. Let's go and see the next one is simultaneous, right? simultaneous or simultaneous actions. What kind of actions are these? Still no, these are the parts of past continuous tense. So better to write the past continuous tense. You see, past continuous tense plus that is while plus again past continuous tense. The same with the previous one. But should keep in mind here now one thing is right. Past continuous tense plus while plus past simultaneous actions. Simultaneous action is, I would like to give you one sample example here now, right? Come on again. It's better to write, okay? She was singing. She was singing while recording her voice. This is what we call it simultaneous action. You see, the subject is one person, but which is formed or which is performed two different actions at the same time. And instead of saying that she was singing while she was recording her voice rather than writing in such a way, it's better to write like this. See, recording. Who's doing that? This person, okay? Yeah. Sarah was singing while recording her voice. Tofik was singing while recording his voice. Right? They were singing while recording their voice. Possible. This is what we call it what? Simultaneous action. The same is true. Let me try to give you another example, okay? Yeah, they were chatting while waiting for a bus. Good. Yeah, you have to add while structure in both cases. While waiting for a bus, they were chatting. Possible. Yeah. You see, similarly, you are welcome to use while structure comes at the initial position too. While recording her voice, comma, right? Comma, she was singing. She was singing. Yeah. This structure while always comes at the middle position. No. But you have to bring it in the initial position. Or I mean that at the beginning, my students. At the beginning. The same is true, okay? Yeah. While waiting for a bus, waiting for a bus, comma, they were chatting. They were chatting. This is the second what? Type of past continuous tense, simultaneous action, if you want to talk about past continuous tense. Good. Let's go and see the third one, interrupted actions. Interrupted action. Interrupted actions. Still now it's a part of past continuous tense, students. It's a part of past continuous tense. What do you mean by that, interrupted actions? There are some rules that you have to keep while you are performing what? Interrupted actions. So there are two ways. One is past continuous, you see, plus that is while, that is simple past or past continuous tense, past. Or you are welcome to write it now, it's okay. Past continuous tense. That is when is also here, possible. Plus that is simple past tense. Look how the previous tense is related to the current tense, that is past continuous tense. So past continuous tense plus while plus past continuous tense. Interrupted action. What do you mean by that, interrupted action? So when it comes to here now in the interrupted actions, I would like to give you one sample example for it. The first one is that is likes, okay? Yeah. While she was shopping, her child left out. You see? This is while she was shopping, her child left out. Possible. Past continuous tense in the case of simple past tense. What makes it interrupted action? That's why, because she was shopping. She didn't see. Yeah, she didn't recognize her child is outside the shopping room. Unfortunately, he left out. In such a case, you are welcome to use past continuous tense. Right? While she was shopping, her child left out. Or it's possible, okay, to use past continuous with interrupted action too. Let me give you that with another form again, right? Number 2. He was jogging when the dog played on the ground. This is also interrupted action. It's okay? Interrupted action. So interrupted action can be formed in different ways. That means both while and when are possible in both cases. That means was going is past continuous tense, and simple past tense is also here now. It's possible in the case of when. Similarly, while is also here now. While she was shopping, her child left out. Or in other words, it's possible to say that her child left out while she was shopping, also possible. Not necessarily at the initial or at the beginning of the sentence. Rather, this while structure goes at the medial position too by changing the position of the two sentences or the two clauses. So this is in the case of what? Interrupted action. When it comes here now, it's all right. What makes interruption, the word by itself, imply that, right? She didn't recognize whether her child is leaving the supermarket or the shopping room. But he left out. How she's shocking. Imagine that, how she's shocking. Therefore, right, this is interrupted action. But it's already past. It's already past. He was jogging when the dog played on the ground. You see, I think that a man who's jogging, or jogging means a kind of exercise. A kind of exercise. Just to what? To refresh your body. A simple exercise. Not running, simple exercise. Just moving your all muscles or legs to do or to make active for the coming activity. This is what we call it as jogging, right? So he was jogging when the dog played on the ground, mean that, right, he may interrupt, you see, a person or that person, not to do or perform his activity on the right time on that ground. So still now it's interruption, but it's already past. Therefore, the person may narrate to the people or to his friends. What did he say that? Oh, when I was jogging yesterday, or when I was jogging at the field, you see, my dog played with me. You see, the dog played behind him. The dog that jogging behind him. It's interruption actually, but still now it's already past. So let's go and do some other activities too regarding this area, right? Come on again. They were what? Talking. See, they were talking while The teacher was teaching. Look now. They were talking while the teacher was teaching. This is one example of interrupted actions. So don't interrupt your teachers while he is teaching in the classroom, right? Therefore, while he is teaching any lesson in the classroom, you should attend his lesson properly. Unless otherwise, you may miss. Therefore, this is an action, it's common. You may narrate to your parents, oh, a few of my friends were talking in the classroom while our teacher was talking about this. Yeah, that's why, because when you miss a lot of things in the classroom that is given or just presented by the teacher, you may miss a lot of things. You may not be able to do or finish your work or classwork, homework properly. That's it. So, in general, these issues are very important pointers that we have seen so far. So, these 3 important pointers I would like to revise again. The first one is what? The first one is ongoing actions. How do we form ongoing actions? What is ongoing action means? And the other one is simultaneous actions. What it looks like. I was trying to give you some sample examples. And the other one is interrupted actions. How do we form interrupted actions with different forms? So I need you to do some activities regarding this area. So, activity. Good. Asafa, you are going to insert the appropriate past continuous tense in order to complete the sentence. Asafa blank, right? Okay? To his friend. While his telephone rang. Good. Naima blank. Good. While her friend called her. 3. Jimma, come on again, let's go. That is, maybe listen. While teacher was teaching about simple pauses. Good, students. What do you mind to complete these 3 sentences using what? Past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. To remind you the past continuous tense form, that is was and were plus verb in the form of that is ing. In the form of ing. Think about it and change those verbs which are found in the bracket into ing form, and you are welcome to make a very beautiful and sensitive sentences. So don't forget those 3 important issues in order to use what? Past continuous tense. Ongoing actions should be kept in your mind. Simultaneous actions should be going on there. And the other one that is interrupted actions. So keep in mind that those examples that I have tried to give you so far. Good. So I hope that you do this job along with your friends and share your work with your friends, and then I will give the feedback. Thank you. So till we meet next time, just I hope that you understood this lesson very carefully and beautifully. So try to come with own examples in the next time. Till we meet next time and listen. Goodbye, students. Have a good day.